Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey. Oh my gosh. It is so good to see y'all. Some of y'all are like, wait, what am I at? And who are you? Like, what is this? My name's Amina Brown. I am the chapter host for Creative Mornings Atlanta. So good morning to you. Who's this your first time ever being at Creative Mornings Atlanta? Okay, first timers. Okay. Yes. We love to see y'all. Oh my gosh, I have 1,000 things to tell y'all, but just thank y'all for being here. This is going to be a great morning. We hope you got caffeinated if that's what you do in the morning. If you got some sugar, we just hope you got whatever you need. Okay. Woo! First of all, I want to let you know that everything you see here is done by volunteers. Okay? I know, yes, give it up for the people. This is a volunteer-led event series. I do not do this by myself. There are almost 30 people that I work with every month to get this event pulled off. If you are one of my volunteers on our volunteer team, can you raise a hand just so that people can see a few of y'all? Yes, give it up, volunteers. They're amazing. They're fantastic. If you too would like to volunteer, we always need help. Like, so much help. So you can just come and speak to me. I would love to talk to you more about it. Okay, first of all, we want to give a special shout out to Tan Brown Coffee. Who had coffee this morning? You drank that coffee? Shout out to Tan Brown Coffee. Listen to me. Tan Brown is a pop-up shop that focuses on Asian-sourced beans and drinks. They don't have a physical location, but they host pop-ups all across the city. You want to follow Tan Brown Coffee at IG. That's at Tan Brown Coffee. Also, in fact, they will be at the Asian Night Market in the Pratt Pullman District tonight from 6 to 11. And I know some of y'all was trying to hang out anyways. So why don't you go there and drink Tan Brown Coffee? Do it. Okay. You can also find them at the Honey We Shrunk the Brunch. Who came up with that name? It is so cute. Okay. You can find them at Honey We Shrunk the Brunch at Westside Motor Lounge this Sunday. And I know Atlanta people love the brunch. So go to there and drink the coffee. Next, we want to give a thank you to Heroes Donuts. Yes, don't y'all love a donut? Donuts make me so happy. So big shout out to Hero Donuts. They were our food partner. Heroes, they just have so much amazing stuff. We couldn't even give y'all all the menu, okay? They got little breakfast sandwiches. It's a little pepper jelly going on. I'm just telling you, go to there and have donuts more. It makes your life better. Okay. Also, you might be like, wow, this is really cool. I love free stuff, but what is this? Like, what am I at, actually? Okay, so Creative Mornings is a global initiative. We are one of over 200 chapters all around the world. So that means there are chapters in London, in Chicago, in Brazil, out in California. There are chapters all around the world doing events on the same theme we are, gathering the creative people in their community the same way we are. So that's pretty cool. Our chapter is 12 years old, so we've been gathering together for over a decade now, and we are so happy to gather with you. Yes. Also, each month, we are doing these events on a global theme. So our theme this month is Native. And Native can mean so many things to us personally, collectively, right? It can be about what it means to be Indigenous people, what it means to honor Indigenous people. It can be about the places that are native to us, where we're from, who our people are. It can also be about what's native to our creative processes. What do we need to make and do some of the art or work that we do, right? So we want to explore all of the layers of that today as well. Also, let me let y'all know something. If you are a social media person, as I know you are, and you're using hashtags, you want to use hashtag Atlanta_CM. That is our local hashtag. And our global hashtag is hashtag CMNative. And speaking of social media, if you was wanting to follow us, we are also at Atlanta_CM. That's us on Instagram, on Twitter. I don't care what that man say. That's what it's called. We're also on Threads. I don't know how it works, but our social media team is there doing those things. We're on LinkedIn for those of y'all that are trying to be very polished and professional. So please follow us there. Also, let me let y'all know something. This right here, those of you that are on our video, you won't be able to see this very well, but you'll be able to see this on social media. But those of you who are here in person, you will see there is sort of what looks like an open canvas over here to the side. And we are very happy to have Alejo with us, who will be doing some graphic illustration live of our event today. So you want to be a part of that. Alejo is an amazing, amazing illustrator. And Alejo said, look, if you want to work with him, you could get 10% off of your first project by using this QR code. Get a discount, people, but pay Alejo though, but pay him. But, you could get 10% off, okay? So Alejo, we're so excited to see what you cook up for us. It's going to be amazing. Also, we want to thank our video partner today, Cameron Loy. And let me tell you about creative people. I love when creative people have like more than one talent, because I feel like maybe I have multi-talents, but they're all in the words category. So like, don't ask me about math, science, like I don't know about that, but like if it's talking, if it's writing, that's what I have. But shout out to Cameron, who is here womaning our camera today. Thank you, Cameron. Also, Cameron is a singer and voice teacher, and yes, girl, Cameron has been on Broadway already, okay? And then Cameron was like, oh, but that's not all I do. Cameron's also an art director and animation director. Listen, let me tell you something. You too can work with Cameron for a fee. You want to sing? You want to get that voice together? You're trying to get a boo, and you had a romantic song you wanted to sing to them. Cameron can help you. Maybe you can't sing. Maybe you need animation. Again, so you can get a boo. Cameron can help you. See Cameron Loy after this. Cameron would love to be a part of that. Also, we are trying something that is not new to Creative Mornings globally, but it is a little new to our chapter. So one of them we have tried before, which we will do right now. We're doing 60-second pitches. So when we do 60-second pitches, what that means is you're getting to hear from folks who are doing amazing community work here, and you'll get a chance to hear 60 seconds about how our community can plug in with what they may be doing. And we thought it would be so wonderful to get a chance to hear from, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, 7 Stages Education Director and partner with Turtle Island Trading, Destiny Renee.
Oh, thank you. Hi. Hi, friends. Thank you, Amina. Okay, stairs. So I wrote something down because 60 seconds is very fast. So bear with me, everybody. I am Destiny Renee. I'm an actress, teaching artist, and poet. I'm also the current education director at 7 Stages Theater. I'm also here representing our good friends and neighbors at Turtle Island Trading, which is an Indigenous-owned shop. Who said woo? Do you know it? Yeah, in Little 5 Points. It's an Indigenous shop. Not many people know. That's really great. I'll tell the owners. Yeah, so they sell handcrafted jewelry and arts and craft by Indigenous people that are all across the Americas. And both of our organizations are committed to creating economic opportunity for the First Peoples and to bring their cultural expressions to all of Atlanta. Which, how many of you know what these Indigenous lands were originally called and who the tribes were? Creek Muskogee, yes, that's awesome. Thank you so much. So in the past few years, 7 Stages has worked diligently to create long-lasting bonds with our local Native community. And we have partnered with Turtle Island Trading to create the First Voices Festival in Little 5 Points. How many of you know about the First Voices Festival? Yeah? Has anyone attended? We've done it 2 years in a row, and we're heading into our 3rd year this November. We also, at our theater, provide a land back fee, so we designate a bit of our ticket funds to donate to local tribes so that we can provide some sort of reparations to those communities. And currently, 7 Stages is producing a world premiere of True North. Yeah, and we are featuring an Indigenous artist. So we just want to share their voices, their platforms, and honor their land. Turtle Island Trading Company has asked if you would go and patronize their shop, follow them on their Instagram, and come see our shows at 7 Stages. And that's all I got for you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Destiny.
Thank you.
Also, those of you that when you came in, you passed by our registration area. We do have some little flyers and things there about 7 Stages and about True North. Please, please support our arts and especially our indigenous arts. Okay? Okay. Love to see it. All right. Now, we are trying something that is not new to Creative Mornings, but we have never done this in our chapter. So we're going to be here and be firsts together, okay? We're doing 30-second pitches right now, and some of you filled your name out. You put it in my little bowl over here, okay? So this is what happens. You have 30 seconds. If I pull your name, you're gonna come down here, and let me tell you something. I'm putting a timer on my phone, okay? A noise gonna go off at 30 seconds, okay? When the noise goes off, wherever you're at needs to be a thank you so much. Okay? All right? That's what you do when the noise goes off, okay? This pitch can be about anything that is not hate speech. Ha! Just want to be clear. Just want to be clear about that. You know, some people need clarity. Okay? So we 30 seconds, that's not hate speech. If anybody comes up here with hate speech, it's no seconds. I just want to be real clear about that. Okay. Other than that, you got 30 seconds. You need a job, this your time. You're hiring, this is your time. You need a boo, hey, you have 30 seconds to pitch why you're amazing, okay? You just moved here, you need some friends. This your 30 seconds as to why you're a good hang, okay? Maybe you love mac and cheese and you want 30 seconds to talk about why that's important. It's up to you. So when I pull your name, you're gonna come right here. I'm gonna hand you this microphone. Don't make me take it away, okay? Don't make me do that. Okay, y'all ready? Now the other thing is some of these people may not talk like this in public all the time. So what do they need? They need your love, okay? So when I call their name, how you show love is you gonna clap for them like you know it's gonna be amazing, okay? So we're gonna do a practice round right now so y'all can be ready, okay? So when I call their name, you're gonna do what? 1, 2, 3. All right. My first 30-second pitch, Kevin Beasley. Where are you, Kevin? Let's go. Let's go, Kevin. All right. Kevin Beasley. Get my timer out, Kevin. Because we can't play these kind of games this morning. Okay? All right, I got you together. 30 seconds. Are you ready, Kevin?
Always ready.
Okay.
All right, the timer's on. That clap feels really good, by the way. Thank you all. So, hi, good morning. My name is Kevin Beasley. I'm a photographer and video producer. I actually just set up a home photography studio around the corner from here. So if you need headshots or portraits, come talk to me. You can find me on Instagram at photobooth.world. Time, are we good? Heck yeah, thank you all. Peace.
All right, Kevin Beasley. Yes, Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin said, you're not finna come get me. No. Yes, make sure you see Kevin about these things. All right, our next 30-second pitch, Ross Boone. All right, Ross, let's go. Let's go. Ross, are you ready? Okay, I'm gonna give you the mic, then I'm gonna press the time. 30 seconds.
My name is Ross Boone. I know some of you guys, and I love the ones I know, and I'm sure I'd love all of you if I met you. I am developing an app. You know how you get on Instagram, and 30 minutes later, you're like, how did I spend my time? I made an app called Creature Habit that is a Christian devotional app, which also gives you tools to help you organize your life and get your tasks done every day. It's included a lot of art and story and inspirational things are included in it every day. And it's my baby.
All right, Ross. Yes. All right, let me see. Okay. Next, I have Teresa Afternoon. Is that a last name, Teresa? Teresa, is Afternoon your last name? Oh, it's like a performance or like a stage name, kind of? Okay, because I was like, if there's an afternoon family reunion, I really want to go to that. Okay, Teresa, are you ready, though? You feel prepared? Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Teresa Aboud, but afternoon came later. So I'm Teresa Afternoon. I'm a mural artist. I live in Atlanta. Something happened to me a week ago. My Instagram got hacked. But I take this as a good opportunity. Since I'm a creative person, I'm gonna reinvent myself, and hopefully I will reshare my new account with you, unless someone here can help me recover it. So my website is teresaafternoon.com.
And Teresa, what's the Instagram?
My new one will be Teresa Afternoon, but I haven't done it yet.
But Teresa gonna do it today, so y'all can follow. That's right. Okay. All right. I think we got time for a couple more. Y'all want a couple more? Couple more pitches? Okay. Let's see. Nobody ain't wanted a boo yet. Ugh. It's like just had Valentine's Day. I just thought y'all was gonna want love. Okay. All right, next I have Kathy Bird. Kathy, where are you? Come on, Kathy. Yes. All right, so far everybody's been doing good on the time, Kathy. I feel you will too, don't you? Okay, Kathy, that's good. That helps me control the time even further. Okay, Kathy, let's go.
Hi, I'm Kathy Bird, the Kathy Bird on Instagram. At Fresh Art International, I do a podcast. But I'm in graduating class of 2024. I just recertified in teaching TEFL, which is teaching English as a foreign language. And I'm looking for a place, a space, and a way to reach refugee communities in my neighborhood, which is College Park, East Point. The only ones I've found so far are in Tucker, which I know it takes the refugees and immigrants that don't have cars hours to get there to learn English. So I want to find a place and a space and a people to work with, preferably adults, that need life skills.
Yes. Yes, Kathy. Get with Kathy about these things. Okay, let's take a couple more. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. I have Erica Endicott. Did I say that last name right? Erica, come on down, Erica. It's like The Price is Right, but no money. Woo! Yes. Okay, Erica, are you ready? Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Erica Endicott, and I'm here to ask you if you are a designer to get involved with AIGA. Next meetup is on Leap Day at Wild Leap, so it's easy to remember. And if you want to get more involved without leaving your house, there's an open board meeting. It's Monday, March 4th on Zoom. Open board meeting means open, so come on and show up. Register for that online. We're at atlanta.aiga.org.
Thank you, Erica. All right, let me take one more out here. Oh man, I gotta shake it up good. Thank y'all for the song. Somebody really cared about me by giving us that. All right, my last 30-second pitch, Charles Minifield. Charles, where are you? Come on down here, Charles. Yes. You feel ready, Charles? You feel prepared? No. Okay, I appreciate the honesty. Okay.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning? Yeah, I'm one of these people she says doesn't do this very often. So my name is Charles Minifield. I have a platform called Solar Field. It is a Atlanta-based media platform where ideas, information, and content can come together. We're located at the junction of business, culture, and activity. So log on, www.solarfield.com, every platform, Solar Field, and get some information that you might like. Thank you.
You was right on time, Charles. Love to see it. Oh my gosh, give a big hand to all of our 30-second pitches today. That was kind of fun. We might have to try that again. And y'all disappointed me because nobody wanted a boo today. So y'all can work on it next time, though. You think about it. We'll do this again, and if you're like, I am very eligible, you know, I smell like juniper, or whatever you would say is like your thing. Just think about that. Okay, let me give y'all a couple more announcements, and then it'll be time to get into our speaker, and I'm so excited about our speaker, yo. Okay, first of all, some of y'all that just got here are like, oh, okay, so this is free, so this is Creative Mornings. What is that? We also do creative events in the evenings. Okay, so we do 10 events a year. We are alternating mornings and evenings. So you are here now at a morning event, which means the next month in March, we will be an evening event. So our morning events very much like this. You get to hear from a speaker. You get to network a little bit, but you kind of get to hear someone talking about maybe their work, their creative process. Our evening events, you get to do creative things. Okay, so I'm very excited to tell you that our March event, we are partnering with WABE on a community comedy activation where comedian David Perdue, not the other one, I just want to be really clear, not the other David Perdue. This David Perdue is a comedian who is a black man. I just want you to know it's not, I want you to have the right expectations when you register. Okay, so comedian David Perdue will be facilitating a comedy writing workshop for us last Thursday of March. So we are so excited about that. That typically sells out pretty quickly because we keep those spaces very intimate. So make sure you're following us on social media. You're signed up for the newsletter so you will not miss that. March 28th, Thursday, save the date. It's going to be amazing. Also, okay, first of all, speaking of WABE, did y'all know we had a podcast? Oh my gosh. I need you to know. Creative Mornings Atlanta, in partnership with WABE, has a podcast called Wake Up and Create. This event has been going on for 12 years with events happening 10 to 11 times per year over that time. So imagine the amount of talks, wisdom, tips, amazing, inspiring stories. So instead of you only getting to just go and have to listen through all of it, we created a little supercuts version for you in the podcast, right? So some of the episodes you get to hear clips from previous talks with application from our hosts on the podcast. Some of the episodes you get to hear creatives talking about what they thought about some of the talks, what they agreed with, what they disagreed with. So season one's already out. This is your time to catch up, okay? Season one's already out there. For those of you who know Blake Howard, who was the founder of this chapter, we actually interviewed him last season. So you want to hear that about his story of how he founded our chapter. Do that. But listen, season 2 is coming out March 18th. And you want to be subscribed. Also, look at our new graphic. Sexy? I mean, you almost want to date our podcast, don't you? You want to go out with them, please. Subscribe right now, and big shout out to George Gomez for designing this amazing graphic for us. Yeah. I'm going to go to your podcast player right now, though, and subscribe, like for real. Like, this is the one time I'm going to tell you to get your phones out. Okay, thanks. Thank you so much. Also, big thank you to Plywood Place. How many people, it's your first time here? First timers to Plywood Place, yo, it doesn't have to be your last time. You can come in here and co-work. If you want to have your business office in here, you can do that. If you want to have an event here, you can do that for a fee. Let me tell you, Plywood is amazing. You want to be connected to here. Over the years, Plywood has worked with over 1,000 startup founders, social entrepreneurs, and nonprofit leaders, all working to solve social issues and make their communities a better place. We can all get with that, right? Also, let me tell you something else important. Plywood is doing an event called Plywood Presents. It's a learning experience for social impact leaders. Listen to me. You want to get registered for this. One of the speakers is India Ari, and I'm going to tell you right now, India Ari don't just be out and about speaking, okay? So you want to get your tickets. This event is February 28th. That's next week, 6 p.m., okay? Go get your tickets at plywoodpresents.com. You can hear from India Ari. You can hear from so many amazing leaders and speakers. You can leave inspired, equipped. Okay, go to there right now. Plywood is such a great partner for us. We thank them so much for letting us host here. Give it up for Plywood people. All right, are y'all ready for our speaker though? Like, I am so excited. So I told you it's a team of volunteers running this. And whenever our themes come up, I put out to the team, Who do y'all think would be a great speaker for this? And one of our team members, Gabe, shout out to Gabe, Gabe said, Floyd Hall is the person. Floyd Hall is who we need. So I'm so excited for y'all to get to hear from Floyd. For those of you that don't know Floyd's work, I know Floyd's going to share more of his story here. But Floyd is a media strategist, engineer, cultural producer, writer, documentarian, and current executive director for Atlanta Contemporary. Show your big old Atlanta Creative Mornings love for Floyd Hall.
They look so good. I used to watch this show. It's called Atlanta Jams. I was a kid, and I used to watch this show every week, and it was, to me, the first peek into something that was developing in my hometown that felt like me. And when I think about our cultural ancestors, before we even knew what the word culture would mean, like right now, right? These kids were creating what we now know of as our culture. And this is like 30 years ago. So some of these kids are now parents and grandparents, but they exist perfectly and crystallized in this particular moment that we get to enjoy and experience. Who saw me? So we fast forward from that first moment, less than 10 years later. That's me skipping school to go to an Outkast video shoot. And I do it 10 out of 10 times. Because this moment helped change my life. Because it wasn't just the music. It was seeing your heroes up close and personal, but also seeing them present a version of themselves, a version of us that could be way more than we ever imagined it to be. So imagine, like, I'm literally front row, as you can see, and seeing Andre 3000 come out in a blonde wig and ski boots and having my mind blown, but also inspired by the possibilities of we can do anything. And so that's a very important moment for me, because I think it helped me understand that being from Atlanta also means you can exist in any dimension or multiverse that you imagine. So I'm Floyd Hall, and I was born on Boulevard, and I grew up in College Park, Georgia, 285 in Washington Road. And for me, the notion of being native is one that really permeates a lot of how I think, but also I don't feel like I'm always rooted there in terms of being permanently in a certain space. But being from Atlanta, for all my natives out there, whenever you meet someone who also is from Atlanta, the first question you ask is, what high school did you go to? And so, if you were to open up my brain and think about my filter of how I'm exploring the world, like this is really it. There's Marta, there's Maynard, there's Magic City, there's Oakland Cemetery, the Falcons, Hey, it is what it is. But also, you can even look in the background though and see the moon in the background. Atlanta exists as this planet in many ways where nothing feels quite real, but everything feels possible. So back to this question, what high school did you go to? I went to Westlake High School on the south side. That's me in the band. I was in the math and science magnet program at Westlake, and also in the marching band all 4 years, and played baseball. But I showed that band photo because I think being vested in science and math, and also being really, really deep into music and performing in the arts helped set a journey that I've been on, that I'm still on. And so to think about that space and then imagining all the things that I came to experience, I left high school, went to Morehouse College, majored in mathematics, went to Georgia Tech, majored in mechanical engineering, and all of that helped form another language of exploring the world. So there's the language that you are taught. There's the language of your culture that you also begin to inherit, right? This is like being native is also an inheritance. There's a knowing that there was a before you. And I think that's the part that Atlanta has always fostered, is that there was a beforeness of this place that isn't always formally communicated, not like curriculum, but it becomes the thing that helps inform how you move through the world. And so this knowingness and these languages blend into a map of how you begin to navigate spaces and universes. And so coming from College Park, public high school, somehow, some way, I go from College Park to the Ivy League, Columbia University. And what happened here was really both an awareness and validation that what we do here really does travel around this globe. So these are my classmates, some of my beloved classmates. But what I learned in this moment, in traveling the world with some of these people, in building with these folks, was that the things that we do here resonate in ways that we may not always realize. And I think from this moment forward, I really began to develop, I think, a practice really of trying to hold up a mirror and in many ways validate everything that I have experienced in this place the whole time. So going back to this space, this universe, that, for every headline or what happens on the timeline, all of this feels like this reimagined and revisited conversation that really transcends the date on the calendar. And so I think about what that felt like to come back home and to begin working and to begin hopefully trying to put some things together that felt like the truest reflection of what this has meant for me. So there's podcasting. There's writing. Got a chance to write this for Atlanta Magazine. What's the most Atlanta street? It's Edgewood. Don't debate me on that. It's Edgewood. But I say that out of love because I think Edgewood is one of the streets that still shows us who we are and who we have become at the same time. And I think when you think about the continuum of this place, we still have lots of work to do, but also lots to celebrate. And Edgewood feels like the place where all those things come together. Within that writing, I've had a chance to contribute to the infrastructure of this place. I grew up not knowing journalists, not knowing artists, or artists who had that as a career, I would say. Not knowing investment bankers, not knowing a lot of things, or not seeing that as a career option. And somehow, all those things have shown up in my life. And so going from being a journalist to being able to create platforms for other journalists through something like Canopy Atlanta has been something that I've been extremely proud of. Being able to think about infrastructure and foster moments of connection with artists of this city to create things that help us engage with and interrogate, again, who we have been, who we are becoming, and really who we need to be. And being able to take that practice overseas and invite overseas back to Atlanta, it really feels like moments when it all just feels like Atlanta, and being able to support things that mean something to other people in many ways. It's not just about me, it's about really trying to validate all of the hard work and effort and love that others have poured into the city, into me, and what it means to be from here. And when I think about that nativeness, beyond the knowing, to me, there's also a commitment to the land, to where we come from, that as much as the city, as much as these places have given to us, innately, there's a feeling of having to give that back. And so when I think about this sort of, open, this sort of filter that I've lived with, even before a lot of the work that I've done, I go back to this photo and I'm like, well, I've had a chance to contribute to a lot of the things that are on this slide. Not on purpose, not like you're looking and saying, oh, I want to do that, but more so with what feels like the truest reflection of where I've been, and how do I then make sure that I can hold up both a mirror and a platform to validate all the people who have poured into me, who are pouring into us. It's really about, for me, it's always about how do I validate what they've done? How do I validate their commitment to the land and their commitment to this culture? And so now we're at a moment of what I like to say is cultural climate change. And so we have a sense of tension that has evolved slowly, but it's evolved over time to feel as if there are distinctions among us. And I highlight Old Atlanta and New Atlanta really as a sense of highlighting a sense of being vulnerable. Lots of people feel vulnerable. When we talk about nature or the environment and native species that contribute to making a space hospitable for lots of people. And that space of hospitality invites others to come and enjoy that. There can be tension because in nature, we tend to label those as invasive species. And I both recognize that, but I don't linger on that. I don't buy into that. And I would offer up a counter or maybe a complement to the division that we feel in this moment. I'm from College Park, Georgia, on the south side, 285 and Washington Road. That is where I am from. That is what I will always say, that's where I am from until I have no breath left. But my parents weren't from here. My parents were transplants. Like a lot of people in this room, they came here for some of the same reasons that you all came here and that others come here. And what they did that I will always appreciate is that they centered love for the people, the places, the neighborhoods, the stores, the parks, the museums, your neighbors, in a way that rooted us in this place. My dad, from Louisiana, became a Falcon fan. And so I just bring that up as just like a casual example, but they were not born here, but they were of this place once they got here because it was a place that they were investing in, raising a family in, and the love that they gave to me of this place is the thing that I hope I radiate outwardly in whatever work that I do in this place. And so while I am a native, I also want you all to recognize that you all have the ability to foster hospitable generations of this land for subsequent natives. Like, you all can play a role in this. You all get to be a part of this. And I want to open up that space where there is oftentimes division for a coming together in the spirit of love of this place. So, the question of, what high school did you go to is now the question of, where are you from? And I think that while we can respect and embrace that, we're all here now. We're here. And so I would invite you all to let that linger with you. Let that settle with you. And think about ways in which we can create the generations of natives, but also thinking about the land. How do we keep the land fertile? And so I have a new role, very recent, but I feel like in my new role as executive director of Atlanta Contemporary that, yeah, clap for that, that all the things that I've ever done get to converge in this place. It's been the most beautiful realization and unpacking of moments for me, is that all the things that I've ever done, the kid who is the math and science magnet, high school, band playing, skipping school for Outcast video shoot kid, gets to bring all of those journeys and all of that perspective into this place, but more importantly, welcome you all into this space. If we want to think about the ways in which we want to reinvest in this place and to settle in this place and build in this place, I think that museums are a great place to do it. And I welcome you all into this space to connect and to share and to contribute. To contribute. This is a place of exchange, and I want to welcome you all into that place of exchange. So, thank you.
For some questions. So we want to take questions. Floyd, thank you. I will say for myself as the chapter host here, I've been in Atlanta since '98, and I want in this space that we always have a bridge of old Atlanta and new Atlanta. So I was really glad for you to bring that up too. What questions do y'all have? Where can I start? Oh my God. Okay, let me start here. Yes. Okay, let me repeat this. Oh my God. Okay, so the question is, for people who are arriving here now, how can they be good contributors to the community? Am I in there?
So going back to that notion of the land, right, and keeping the ground fertile, right? That takes work. It takes some love. It takes some effort, but also, I think wherever you're coming from, however you love that place, and whatever that meant to you to be in love or of love of that place, bring that same thing here. And it may not be an immediacy, because love takes time. But I would say wherever you are planted in this place, then do the work in that place and remain open, and then, bloom where you're planted. People say that often. But I think that the notion is to, start with the little things. The restaurants, the schools, the parks, the places of where people are, be in those places. Like, we're in those places. The weird part for me growing up here is that I always tell people, when I was in college, I would go hang out with my high school friends. We go to a club off Old National, and I would never see my college friends there. And then when I'm hanging with my college friends somewhere, up in Buckhead maybe, never see my high school friends there, right? Unless they were in school there, right? But I say all that to say is, like, it's easy to be sort of separate and move in your separateness of this place. But I do think that it's acknowledging where you are located and understanding the love that the people who are around you have for that place and tapping into that and being intentional about being there and connecting there.
Yeah. I had a question over here. I'm going to try to be Tyra Banks today.
Hey, Floyd, thank you. I definitely believe that it is within our nature as human beings to contribute and to love. Like that nobility is in all of us. And it's also like the nature of the invasive species to identify resources and extract without regard. And it's in the nature of a colonist to find value, to hear the word, hey, there's value over here, see it, and just not have the capacity to recognize the impact of the extraction, right? So to have you here sort of asking something, because the other thing is that it is in the nature of indigenous folks to contribute, you know what I mean, and to welcome, like globally, right? So it's just depressing and also hopeful. But like my question is there any precedent, big or small, for the ask that you're asking that you can point to?
I think the precedent is in prior generations of folks who have come here. I mentioned my parents, they're not from here. A lot of our leaders were not born here. The folks who we lift up as leaders, generations ago, not all of them were from here. Atlanta has always been a place of migration and regeneration for generations of folks through travel, through transit, trains, airports, cars, whatever. So I think the folks it's a decision. It's a decision of we are here. This is what it means to be rooted here and to have the exchange and engagement of if we want this to thrive, it doesn't exist purely from taking. There has to be a giving of that. And that's sometimes a moment where we all have to revisit our own motivations. Like, why did you come? Or how did you move in that moment? And sometimes that won't always be obvious because I think we are taught to compete for resources. But I think the thing about Atlanta that has been different, I talk about that knowing or the understanding of the history that came before you is that there's been a sense of a we-ness. There's a we-ness, and the we-ness has kind of continued to expand to where the things that we are contributing to will benefit us and those who come after us. I think there's also, in the sense of knowing that there's a before, there should be an equivalent awareness of there is an after. And so, as was before, so shall be, but you have the opportunity to contribute to what shall be. And what do you want that to look like? So I think a lot of it comes down to decisions.
Great question. Oh my gosh, we have so many questions for you, Floyd, and not enough time. So listen to me. If we miss your question, Floyd gonna stay around?
I'll be here.
Okay. Floyd gonna stay around, so you can come down here and ask any questions. Floyd, thank you. This was amazing. Y'all, did y'all have a good time? Did y'all leave feeling inspired, challenged? Yes. This is the end of our event this morning, but you can see us again, March 28th, register. And also, I'm going to give y'all a little secret announcement. We'll be at Atlanta Contemporary for the morning of April. So get your tickets. See y'all. Have a great weekend.